And we just have to wait for YouTube now. Good old YouTube. Sponsored by Smacky Smalls. Smacky Smalls. When you don't want shit to work, eat Smacky Smalls because that's what YouTube does. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Jedi Academy. It's Saturday morning. It's 10 a.m. It's sometime somewhere. I don't know. It is what it is. But welcome back to the Jedi Academy, the show where it's the only Q&A show that's nothing but a Q&A show for the game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, the longest running Q&A show in the galaxy. And I'm your host, Ranger J 1999. That hump of love over there is Loki the Lightsaber Builder. And joining me there, down below, the plunderer from down under is Heinze, the preloader. And we are here to answer all your questions about Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. It's pretty simple. It's to the point. It's elegant in its simplicity. You have questions. The panel has answers. All right, we're going to lie about a lot of the stuff that we don't really know anything, but we're going to give you something so you can go off of it and do better in the game, whatever it may be, whatever you're looking, that thirst for knowledge that you're craving. It doesn't matter. We're here to answer your questions, so it's real simple in how that works. If you have a question that you would like to pose to the panel, all you need to do is put that shit into the chat. But there's a caveat. We have to filter so we can just find those questions specifically. So if you have a question that you want to pose to us, put your question in the chat, but make sure you put the word question in front of your actual question statement. That way we can use Nightbot, which is what we use, and what I'm using today, since it's me solo, because Finn is off getting his nails done or something. I don't know. But that's how I use, that's the key filter word. And so if you could please use that word, that would help me out tremendously. And if you don't, then most likely we're not going to see your question. Just the way it works. That's science, and you can't argue with science. So let's not argue with science. Let's do the right thing. And you'll see examples if you're new about what's in there and what's not in there. So go ahead and get your questions in. There is a cutoff for questions. So if you have questions, it behooves you to get them in sooner rather than later, because we will have a cutoff where we won't get to the questions. So there you go. So get your questions answered. I hope everyone's having a good Saturday morning. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe. All that stuff is important over here on YouTube. You can comment on the videos afterwards. Check out our Twitch stuff. That's right. There you see Heinz giving you the thumbs up. And so that's pretty much... that's just the way it works. Goliath said Finn's nails are beautiful. Just saying, yeah, he does get a good manicure and pedicure when he gets the opportunity. So
I heard he was getting his bikini line waxed. I must have got the wrong memo.
no, anyway, that's Julie. Julie's getting. That's not Finn. Yeah, Finn.
That was close.
Yeah. I'm not going to discuss Finn's situation down there. Let's just say it's like the Amazon rainforest. All right, so go ahead and get your questions in. Panel's ready. I'm sure some of the other panels might show up. You never know. They sometimes run late. It's super early on the East Coast, especially on a Saturday, especially on a holiday weekend. So I'm sure some people are sleeping in. It doesn't matter. We're going to get to the questions. We're going to do this now for the rest of the day. Right after this, we're going to do a couple things. We're going to go right into my GAC, and you know what? I think I may do that on Twitch, or like right an event. Let's just go to Twitch. We can just do that. We'll have Heinze. We'll have Loki. We'll just go do my GAC.
Do it on Twitch, man. Let's Twitch it up, baby.
And I'm glad Loki's here, because I'm going to be using the loot counter against Kylo Ren, and I want to make sure I don't dig that up like I did last time. Of course, last time, man, my last two GACs have been awful. Monday was after we did the 40-hour stream, and it was pretty brutal. I lost because, like, for instance, I was doing the gas counter, Heinze, and I was trying to attack Rex because I thought he was 5s. And kill him in a gas mirror. Things like that I was doing that didn't quite work out well for us. And then the other one, I full cleared and got the victory easily. But I was sitting there like this the whole time, the screen just staring at it like, oh God. I was going super slow, like, right, gonna hit this button now, and I'm gonna do this one. It was right after I had my physical, so that was pretty awful. So today we'll do the GAC. We're also going to work on the Luke event some more. And if Loki wants to, we can work on his Palpatine. We'll show our progress as we work on Tier 3. Again, yesterday I went for Tier 3 again. Got right in the pooper. I mean, straight in the pooper. I lost again. Got to figure this out. I want to figure something. I figured out that the third ability is not what I need to be using. It's just all in, like Flynn, to kick that ass. So we'll do the Luke event. We'll do GAC right after we do the Jedi Academy. So Get your questions in. Glad to see you guys here. Grab your coffee, grab your drinks, grab your snacks, grab your croissants, grab your steaks, whatever it is, wherever you are in the world. It doesn't matter. I know it's different times. Grab whatever it is you need to get your day going or finishing your day. It doesn't matter. We're here to answer your questions and have some fun. All right. Loki, Heinze. Oh boy. Here we go. The events so far for the Galactic Legends, I think the cinematic way that they did this, I'm really digging. I think the Luke one is very, very cool. I like that the first one is on Jabba's palace, or his not his palace, but his barge,
Yep.
in the Tatooine, next to the Sarlacc pit. I thought that was really cool and fun the way they did it. And then I like the second part where you are on Endor and you're fighting with the Ewoks trying to get to the shield generator. And then the last part is the throne room scene from Return of the Jedi, which I think is really cool. I've had horrible luck with Tier 3. You just figure out the pattern. As much as I like the cinematic stuff, I really am starting to really hate this ticket system. It is unforgiving because if you have any bad RNG or anything goes wrong, you are just have to farm further and further for this crap, and I just hate it. I mean, I love the stuff they did, and they made this event a lot cooler and a lot funner. However, it is unforgiving. It's totally unforgiving. It's just like when we were doing Omegas back in the day. You know, if you get some bad RNG, and Loki, you know this happened to you. We did it on stream where I think you were doing Kylo, and you just had a bad pull, or one of the stuns, or something didn't land, and you were just like, uh oh. Next thing you know, there's 70 tickets gone, and you had to farm an additional 70 tickets to do it. I just am not a big fan of this. All right, Loki, Heinze, you both are doing the Palpatine event. What do you guys think? How do you feel about the tickets, things like that?
You go first, Loki.
I was going to say age before beauty, but I'll take it.
You go first, baby.
So Palpatine so far has been pretty. It might be the easier of the two, I think, right now. Tier 1 is probably the hardest, and it's really just a gear check or a Zeta check. Sorry, a Zeta or a mod check, right, on Sid. So obviously, if you have the Zeta, you don't have to worry about the additional health and the 100% turn meter gain on a kill. His Zeta brings a lot to that one tier. Is it worth it? It's up to you. I had the Zeta from many years ago. I foolishly did it because I liked him. But it paid off for me in Tier 1 because my modding, I guess, wasn't as heavy. I just threw a speed set on him and made sure he took a lot of turns to kill the Jedi around Mace. But other than that, Tier 2, I think, is pretty straightforward with Anakin. It's actually quite easy. I just threw a really fast speed set, and I think everybody has a high relic. I mean, you have to have relic 7 Anakin, so he's super good. And you just got to throw a fast speed set on him and do your thing. And then Tier 3, not terrible as well. Vader and Palpatine are already going to be R7, and you just throw some decent mods on them and do the little offense up on Palpatine and the basics, and then Luke basically dies. Tier 4, I haven't done myself. I've actually shifted, so I unlocked Palpatine already, and then I'm going for Luke now, and then I'll circle back to probably Palpatine's ultimate, I think is what I'm going to do. But overall, the event's great. I saw the Tier 4 ones, a couple videos, and I really like that cinematic, and it's in that Sith temple ruined throne room kind of deal. And that thing looks cool. But overall, I love that the difficulty of it. And I know Ranger has frustration, but we kind of asked for this when we said we didn't want to do rock paper scissors anymore. So they gave us something a little more robust and something a little more difficult. So, Heinze, what'd you think?
Yeah, a lot of it's echoed, man. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, Tier 1 I've found pretty good. It's been fun. I think early on I might have dropped maybe one of those battles, I think, along the way, but I think it was just doing something silly once. That was about it. But yeah, look, I've got the Sidious Zeta on as well. I think that if you're going to if you're going to attempt that particular tier, I think it just makes sense anyway to drop it on. I think you just got to be resigned to the fact that it is just going to be a lot easier and just take a lot of the uncertainty out of that particular tier by having that Zeta on. There's no doubt. Once you get your head around it, and as long as you can make sure that you before Mace goes with his big hits, because the countdown's on for Mace. As long as you get the other ones out pretty quick, you get your shards. Number 2 again. I haven't dropped anything on that at all. Anakin, you don't need crazy mods on it. You just need good quality ones that the majority of people have got in their roster anyway. If they've got some reasonable mods, he's just got to go heavy offense. He's just got to smash him. It's simple. It's like a Hulk smash. It really is. So you go there and get your do the AOE and get your protection up and you're pretty solid. Last event is the one that's killing me, the 60 ticket event, the tier 3. I haven't unlocked him yet. I've got about 30 shards to go, so I'm very, very close. I've dropped 180 tickets in that tier 3 alone. I've attempted it 3 times and failed. 2 of those were the first time I did it, because I hadn't gotten my head around it yet, as far as I hadn't got my head in the game, and there were no videos or anything like that. So we went in pretty blind. And once I get my head in the game with it, certainly it's been a lot easier. Cinematics are magnificent. We got our polygons, boys, finally. The cutscene at the end of tier 3 is absolutely fantastic. It really is. It's what we want. It's very much like what the Jedi Luke event was, which we all agree was probably one of the best events so far they've done. And with that in mind, I'm absolutely thrilled with the result for that, and keep bringing that quality, because if you keep bringing that, there's going to be a lot of happy campers. Pretty simple, really.
Yeah, and I blame Finn. All right. Also this week, we also had the Galactic Challenges dropping the new mod gear, but CG cockblocked us a little bit because they only gave us 19, not 20, which is what you could have used for 2 mods. 19, so you can do 1 and have 9 left over, which I'm just like, and they're back selling that mod shit in the store with the temptation from the devil with those 6-speed mods, which I keep tell people, do not buy that crap, because you can spend money on it. It doesn't guarantee you a damn thing with those mods. We've had horror stories of people buying those and not having a single speed hit on those mods. So, the Galactic Challenge, there's where we're getting the materials right now. What do you think about getting 19 mats to only be able to do 1 mod? I mean, that's just mean, man. Loki, what do you think, brother? I know I just got some thoughts. What do you think, Loki?
Yeah, that was pretty bad. And everybody's chomping at the bit right now, man. We all want to gamble and roll those 4-rolled speeds with something else, right? We're all chomping at the bit, man. And I guess the event was bugged, right? Like, you could just kill Palpatine and then it's over.
Yeah, I don't know if it's bugged or working.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if that was intentional, because
it was intentional. It was part of the
It's in the description. Is that what it is?
Yeah, because they had one of the feats being the critical. You get 30 critical damage hits in, so you had to, instead of just going after Palpatine, you had to kind of control the team. Which, if you had Luke on the Jedi, it was super easy, because he just stunned him, and you're just like, doot 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 doot. You just had Grandmaster Yoda, and they're just doing crit.
I think the first time I did it, I was just like, okay, what happened, right? And then I put 2 and 2 together, and I was like, oh, cool. And then was it intentional to give us a full? Was it a Mark V?
I don't know about that one. Now that one,
it's funny, right?
What do you think? Was that intentional? Because someone said, because I looked at it, I said, "Oh, we get 3 Mark V pieces," and they said, "No one said." Someone said, "No, those are fully crafted Mark Vs." I was like, "Oh!"
we threw that out at the Grizzly session. We asked everyone last night, was that one of 2 things? Was that something that they were giving us as far as a leg up, or was that just a stuff up?
I don't know.
So threw the question in chat, and the answer came back pretty strong. It was a stuff up, straight up. I think that we all agree that was probably supposed to be salvage. I think that they certainly gave us fully crafted pieces. I don't think we'll be seeing that again anytime soon.
I don't know, man.
But if it's not, well done.
Yes, it is.
That's what I mean. If they have done it on purpose, that is fantastic because that's what that event is designed for.
Yeah.
To help those people that need those bits and pieces of gear. And to be fair, I don't need them myself. I mean, you know what I need them for? I've got one character, T3. That's the only thing I could put them on anyway, right? I don't need them, but I know a lot of people.
You'll need them for the Galactic Legends because I looked at the tier list for
probably
like Luke and stuff. You need a lot of droid collars.
Yeah, probably. But at the end of the day, I've got to look at that later on and see. But I think it's a great little leg up. I agree. And if it has been done on purpose and it's not an error, which the majority of people I've spoken to seem to think it is an error. If it's not, thank you. I mean, that's all we can say. Yeah. Thank you very much, because that's what that event's for. It's for that type of material to be gained without grinding through, because there's so many other things we need to grind for.
Yeah,
that's great. You know,
I thought it was if it was intentional, I salute CG. I mean, that was unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
It was super nice, and especially at the level it was. But we'll see.
I'm hoping it's like Easter eggs, right? Like, I mean, because a lot of us don't look at the gear that we win, right? We really don't care.
No.
At least I don't. I just throw it on auto, right?
Yeah.
So if it pushes me to get a little creative on my battle, then sure. Thank you, CG. But,
yes, thank you indeed.
But I kind of agree with Heinze. I think it was just a screw up.
We can't. That's what they said. All the guys in chat said we can't give them too much credit because we just don't believe they did it on purpose. We just reckon it's a stuff up.
For me, I always like with CG when they do something cool like that. I always give them props when they deserve it. I mean,
oh yeah,
you
me
know.
Too.
But when they do something I don't like, of course, then it's like, well, I got to give them some crap. Because
but you're going to call it when something's not right, and we're going to praise them when something is right. I mean, that's the thing; it's a two-way street. We're not going to sit here and no one wants to sit here and bag out our game. I mean, we don't. I mean, let's be honest. None of us want to sit here and trash it. No. Absolutely not. But if something's not right, well, we're going to call it out because that's our passion. We care about the game enough that we want it to get better. I mean, that's a good thing, right?
I mean, and I blame Finn, so I mean that's the thing.
Always blame Finn.
Yeah,
Finn
that's a
given.
You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, stupid Finn.
I'm hearing you.
All right, I think that's the big things for this week. Anything else on your mind before we start getting to questions, guys? I mean, those are the two things here that I really wanted to focus in on. We got the new Galactic Legends. I mean, GAC is GAC, TW is TW, TB is TB. There's nothing new or exciting happening in those events anyway. So.
Probably only one thing I could bring up is that I'm absolutely thrilled that obviously I was looking at the gear list for the new Galactic Legend Palp, and there's no Kyros until gear 12. I don't know if anyone else noticed that, but
really, Luke's got 700.
There is not one Kyro tech until you get to gear 12 on Galactic Legend Palp.
What the hell is happening here? Why do I have 700 or something for Luke, man? He's got car techs all over the place, dude.
There is not one Kyrotech requirement until he gets to yellow.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Check the gear list if you don't believe me. It's there.
That's crazy, dude. How could one... the inequity, man.
The one gear that's crazy is it the Mark 8s? There's a purple gear that's like crazy to... Like, I think between them, they need like 400 or something like that. Like, it's.
I'm sure people.
That was the one I was dreading.
Yeah, people, I'm sure, would love to have the fact that they have to get that purple gear other than Kyrotex, which is purple gear too. So.
And that little green gear, the little green frisbee, man. I ran out of those because I was crafting them.
Well, because we're tapped out.
Yeah.
I mean,
my guildmates are like, "Can you give me some green frisbees?" I'm like, "I don't think I have any, man."
Yeah, I mean, it's like.
We threw them all in the relic, in the relic salvage.
Yeah, I'm with you, brother. I'm in the same bin as you. Don't worry about that.
Well, the good thing is you can get those for like 100 at 5 fully crafted. I think out of the guild store.
The other one that was bad on Palpatine when I geared him up was the wristbands. Those were pretty bad because you really can't get them anywhere. And then Luke has that one gear on the left side, the one that looks like a starburst or something like that. That funky gear that nobody needs, and it's not like in the store.
All I know is that it's like 350, 250, so that's 600 card techs. It's a lot of card techs for Luke. That's all I'm going to say. That's nuts. The Palpatine shit.
But the good thing is I've been building up my card tech stash, farming the tickets.
Yeah, I am too, which is really cool. I do like the changes. even though I hate the ticket system, I like the way they changed it from what it was before to what it is now. So it's not.
I'd rather be
as...
farming Kairos with it than purple drain plugs with it and
Yes.
put it into salvage, relic salvage. Like it's just,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah.
absolutely brilliant move. They've done some good things. This is my point, boys.
Yes, they
They've
have.
done some pretty good things lately. Keep that train rolling.
All right,
I agree.
let's rock and roll, and let's get into some questions. Let's see here. If I can get the damn thing to work. All right, we'll start with you. I'm just gonna go start this top of Zoom and just work my way down. All right, Loki, you're up first. Moma Nadan _ in between. Says, question for GAC defense, is C-3PO best on a Padme team or CLS team with Chupio?
I think for defense, you want to put 3PO on Padme team because it blocks a lot of the other, I guess you'd say like the meta counters for it. Because 3PO gives that boost in the turn meter and the speed, and he screws up the tank on the other side. He does a lot of stuff with his buff.
Yeah.
I think if you're planning to use CLS on offense, I would keep 3PO for offense. So it's kind of a I'm kind of adding to his question is it depends. If you want the Padme team to be really good on defense, then you got to put 3PO on it. But if you want your CLS to basically rock and roll, you need to keep 3PO for offense.
Yeah, you could put somebody else with Padme if you want to keep 3PO for offense, right? You could, especially if
you
you're
can put
working
Grandmaster Yoda. You can put
R2D2. You could put Zaris. You could put
it's just not as good. I don't think. But the CLS team really wakes up if you have both Chupio and 3PO for offense, and you can take out a lot of good teams with that CLS team.
All right.
So just keep that in mind.
All right, next question will go to you, Heinze, and this is from Snoochie Boochies. It says, question, early opinion poll, which new Galactic Legend seems better, or is it too early to tell without the Ultimates?
Well, they're both pretty good. I mean, they're both going to be great. I mean, obviously, we're seeing Luke is working really well in Arena. It's hard for me to gauge myself. I haven't got them both unlocked. I'm ready for both. I have all the requirements for both, and I'm still farming them at the moment and getting them up and running. I haven't got them up and running yet. It's really hard for me to guess yet. What I will say is that on face value so far, the newer ones seem to be a little bit stronger or easier to climb in Arena than Rey and Kylo were. But again, it's really too hard for me to gauge that until I sink my teeth into it a bit more with, once I've got them unlocked and get them up and geared. But early indications are that, they're certainly a little bit stronger. Not much, but just a little bit from what I believe.
Yeah. All right. Ice House, Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, says, question for you, Loki. How long before we get Sassy 10 and Agan Kolar in the game now that we saw them in the SE event?
I mean, it's possible, I guess, if they go that route. I think we're going to get a bunch of Mando content next, obviously because of the release. But yeah, I mean, we were waiting for what's her face, who's the bounty hunter or the Pose, who's the gal? She's in the game, right? She showed up in one of the Galactic phases as well. For who was it again? I forgot her name.
Zori Bliss.
Yeah, exactly. So she's in the game. They could easily bring her on as a playable character, but yeah, I wouldn't put it against them. We have a lot of Jedi that I think need reworks first before we get new ones, especially new ones from the Galactic Republic era. They still got to rework Mace, and they got to rework Eth Koth and I'm a Gundy and all those guys. I'd like to see that before they bring in some new Jedi. And I'd like to see, I think a lot, some of the top guilds are unlocking, or they're going to be maxing out Cam soon. So it'd be exciting to see them and, Cam. And then if they bring in these two new Jedi, then that would be kind of cool too. But they need to rework the ones that are in the game first before they bring in new ones.
Yeah. All right. You play my shit. All right. Let's see. Next question from Galvin Awesome. We'll go to you, Heinze.
Good job.
He says, question, how does the potential look for the new Galactic Legends not use God tier level Jedi or Sith and still being Rey and Kylo?
Well, I mean, that's it. The strength is there. I mean, I think they're beating them at the moment without ultimates. That's certainly a sign that they're solid. I they sold it obviously in the announcement, didn't they? That it was going to be reasonably even. They made a big point of it that they were going to be even to the other ones. I never saw that. I just never saw that. Why would you release characters of the same level and the same strength when you've already got some out there? I think that they were always going to be that little bit stronger because they're the newest kid on the block.
Well, yeah,
they really are.
Expect, right? So
yeah, I mean, why would you farm something if it's the same as what you've already got? It just makes zero sense. So I did in the back of my mind always expect that they were going to be a little bit better. It might have only been a little bit, but I did expect that they would be. So I'm not surprised to see that.
All right. All right, next question from Epic Fails Loki. He says, question, was it a dick move that Piet was released on the same day as New Galactic Legends and where the 3 full droid collars are a makeup or mistake?
I mean, it could be. I don't know. No, I think
Poe was the same way. People
we expected this. I think so. So here's the deal: is the way I see they're doing these Galactic Legends now is so I went with Palpatine first, and the reason I went with Palpatine was because I didn't have a Mon Mothma all geared up and all that, but I ended up using all the dark side nodes for Mon Mothma's gear, and then in parallel, I was collecting the dark side tickets, right? Or you can say I was doing the reverse, was I was going for the dark side tickets, but I was getting Mon Mothma gear. And then when I finished Palpatine, I could gear my Mon Mothma to gear 13. I can relic her now because I accumulated all that gear. So I wasn't going for Kairos per se, like what everybody's doing right now. And I think that's what I can see them definitely doing this in the future for other Galactic Legends is, I don't think they care when they release a requirement for one of them, as long as you have a clear path for the other, and then you can farm. In this case, like Piet, right? You can probably use Luke's journey, right, to collect the light side tickets, and then you're gearing up your Piet, right? As I did with Mon Mothma, but I can totally see them doing this kind of style now, because they did improve the drop rate, so it's actually good to farm gear now, right? Everybody's farming Kairos, but if you have requirements for another GL that you can get in a corresponding node and you can collect tickets, then so be it. I can totally see them doing this moving forward. So I like the shift in the drop rate, and it helps with the farm. So I wouldn't say it was a dick move, but it is. I mean, it's CG. They do dick moves all the time. But I mean, dude, Piet's a good farm, man. That dude is incredible, and he's good. I mean, if you're going for Sith Eternal Palpatine, you can use Piet behind him, and he's pretty damn good. So,
all right. Next question for you, Heinze, from What Else 3 question. He says, at this rate, how much longer before we see a level increase?
Oh, I think it'll be a while.
See. This is the thing. I know we just got mods, but I still said this that I thought by the end of the year, beginning of next year, we were going to see a level cap increase.
I think we're overdue for a level increase. We are, but the fact of the matter is that they've just released the mods and they monetize mods. They don't monetize levels. We know that. So I believe that the focus, at least at the moment, to make a lot of these more end game type, events or content more achievable. The mods are certainly the way to go, and I think it's a step in the right direction because we're just getting hammered in light side TB still at the moment. If these mods are going to help us with that,
but it's still not going to be able for us to complete it. Even with adding the mods, it's not going to add enough GP into ships to make a difference to where people are going to be even close to being able to beat the higher tier levels and to have enough GP, especially in ships. We're not even close in ships mathematically to being able.
But we're getting wave. At least we'll get extra wave completions. That's all. I mean, it's better than nothing. That's the point. So at least we're going to get the additional wave completions with these mods. In theory,
no, that I get, but I'm just saying I just don't know how mathematically we're at 6-8 mods, so. unless they do either one of two things. Either they increase the relic level, God help us, and even that's not going to be enough. I think the only way you can do it is by increasing the level of the characters. I just don't see how mathematically you can not do that and have enough GP to do. And it's not just, it's, people are beating the tier 4 and tier 3 phases of TB, but it's just the sheer amount of GP you need to deploy. You can beat all those battles all you want. If you don't have the GP, you're just sitting there at 1 star going,
yeah, sitting there holding it.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do.
Question was, what would you have preferred though? Would you have preferred a level increase, or would you have preferred the new mods? What would you have preferred? I mean, we got the mods. We don't have a choice.
Well,
right?
yeah. Well, I mean, we got the mods.
So you're sitting there at CG. What would you have preferred?
I actually like that they put out the mods first, but they have to. I'm just looking at it from a perspective of just math. It's just math. Eventually, I know they wanted to make Lightside GOTB as a block into progression for something that they could hold off. Now, I understood that until they got Unity going and other things. And maybe mods was where they're going to put mods out for a month or two, give people time to work on mods and get their mod situation squared away before they drop the level cap increase. I think with the new raid, we are going to get a level increase is what I'm guessing. Because there's just no way, man. There's just no way. We're going to be stuck. Lightside GOTB has been out for a while. And yeah, we can beat the battles. That's all great and good, but rewards are kind of limited to a certain point because you just can't deploy enough GP in the ships and for the characters to get higher stars to get better gear. And that's where we're kind of at. And the only way I can see them, I mean, realistically, is either through relics, which God help us, or a cap increase, or a combination of both. That would really suck, but they've got to do something. And I've been giving them a lot of slack because they need a Unity and they want to put out a bunch of other stuff. Okay, great. I've given you them enough slack. They need to address this, because going into Lightside GOTB and like for my guild, we can easily get 4 for 4 on all the battles and up to phase 3 and doing just fine. But when you sit there in a zone and you can't even complete like the ship in phase 3 to 3 stars because you just literally do not have enough ship GP to do it. We could go all 4 for 4 and still not even being close with the ship GP. It's just something I think they need to address. So, all right, let's go to the next question. And as more people come in, the questions are coming in hot and heavy.
Real quick, I just don't even want a level increase, because imagine you got a level now 200 dudes or something on your roster. Like,
hey man, that's why
I don't got any. Gold.
I do. I got 400 million, baby. Suck it up, Loki.
I got nothing. I got like 400,000.
No. I do. I
spend my gold like a mother.
Well, you have to be. You got to be a little hoardy with it. I still spend on mods and stuff, but I'm very specific with it.
Yeah, I got about 165 mil. So
yeah, I've got like 375.
Yeah, I got like
400K at the moment.
That's what I got. I got enough to bring up Luke when I unlock him, and that's it.
That's it.
I'll swap you for some Zetas, bro.
I got a crap ton of Zetas, man. I'll tell you that.
All right. Buzzsaw, question to you, Loki. How do you foolproof T2 Luke? I won the first time and then lost the second. No clue what was materially different, but I'm not really into pissing away tokens.
Tier 2 Luke is the Leia one, right?
Yeah, that's when you're on Endor. Yeah. I just stealth Wicket the entire time, just burn them down that way. I don't care if Wicket dies. Yeah, but if you don't, Han pops up, and that's when you get into trouble.
I think when I did it, I finished it. So my Luke right now is like 180 out of 330. So I have to do the 360 ticket missions, and then I can unlock them. But when I was doing the Leia one, the tier 2, what I found out was you got to have good mods on Leia. I think you might lose Han, but Leia you can't lose. So I threw a really good it's like Resistance Hero Poe mods, or Resistance Hero Finn mods. Like the ones I have it's like super fast, crit damage triangle, offense cross, keep her stealth. And then I found out too, like with R2, I don't even stealth with R2 anymore, because you kind of want to spread the DPS around from those scout troopers. and if you target stealth somebody, they're just going to get taken out. So I actually don't stealth with R2 anymore at all. And then Han, I pop his buff ASAP.
Yes.
And then from there you just you target the scout troopers, kill those guys first, and then when you get to wave 3, kill the 2 scout troopers, and then at that point the tanks are going to be taunting. You got to worry about the commander in the middle, but you got to take out the scout troopers first. I think you got to keep Wicket alive. And Wicket sucks because he has no mods, and you can't beef him up. That's the problem.
I just stealthed him the whole time, and then I did what you said. I kept using Leia's. She's got really good mods. Han and the rest have really, really good mods. And
Han, I went fast. I had a CC set, crit damage, crit chance.
Yeah, I have offensive crit damage on mine, and he hits like just ridiculous. But I actually didn't even
like. I really didn't think. I didn't go for damage. I went for speed on that dude, and it helped a lot. I switched my mods twice because I almost failed one time, and then I said, "Holy crap, that's not going to happen again." So, just a rule of thumb: I made Leia fast, I made Han fast, and then you just call to assist Han all the time, right? With Wicket and C-3PO, and then don't stealth with R2, because if you stealth with R2, it's like a soft taunt on one of the other characters, and they'll get taken out.
Yeah, for me, it was Wicket. I was like, Wicket, you can die. I don't want anybody else.
Wicket's good, though, because they'll call to assist.
I know, but, between Han and Leia, those two, first shot, Han stun a scout trooper, and then, between Han and Leia, they're going to burn down the tanks quickly.
No, I agree.
And then... who else is on the team? It's 3PO.
C-3PO, you make him fast too.
Yeah, you call assist Leia, they all shoot, and you can take out a tank like that. I know. We'll look at it today, but I'm not going to do the battle today because.
And then the R2 modding, I didn't worry about speed. Like put like an offense set or like an offense set with like health primaries or something like that, right? Because then he number crunches everybody.
Yes, I have.
That helps. That helps big time. But so like health offense set with health primaries is what I went with. So he shares the health in the offense.
See, I still have a speed set on him, but the primaries are health and protection. So I think that helps.
You can throw a little potency on him too, just so he can stun on his basic. That helps a ton. Also,
he never lands it though, man. It's so annoying. Like I keep using him over and over again. With potency, it's like it never hits. I got lucky, man.
I threw some potency on him. And it wasn't terrible. It helped a ton. But yeah, take out the scout troopers first.
Yeah, that's the priority. Always
by all means.
Scout troopers.
You got to do it.
Use a call and assist on the tanks with 3PO and stuff because that'll, especially if Leia goes off and procs 3 hits, you'll take out a tank in no time and then you can get back to the scout troopers. Mm-hmm. But every time I had a stun up, it was immediately going to the scout troopers, and then especially when you have his when you shoot first, and then you've got that second ability. If he can get his buffs on, do that. Don't take another shot. Get those buffs on your characters. That'll make a huge difference because they'll dodge like crazy. All right. Next question to you. There, Heinz says, question from Gav P says, from what I've seen so far, are the new Galactic Legends Palpatine look stronger than the old ones, Rey and Kylo? I think it's hard to say because here's the thing that before I let you answer, Heinz, I'm going to throw this in here. You're playing the AI. When in the name of God have we never figured out the pattern for the AI and beaten it? Even now with Rey and Kylo, they have 2 counters. They're not even Galactic Legends. We've got the Vader counter that works hard against Rey, and then we've got the Luke counter, which works against Kylo. So, what are your thoughts on this?
I'm glad that nothing's outrageously more powerful than any of the others. I'm happy about that. I'm not gonna lie. But again, it's still too soon, isn't it? Consistently to work out which one's going to be best for Arena, or again a new raid coming up soon. They have raid factors built into them, and we haven't gotten into yet. So there's a lot of things.
This is what we have to see. What do you think, Heinz? Until we see what Rey Kylo can do against those teams on defense, let's see if they can one-shot them. Because if the new Galactic Legends can beat the old Galactic Legends, great. But can the old ones beat the new ones on defense? That's the bigger question, right?
That's the thing. Again, it's just too soon to know until we actually get it in the wild and get it up and running and work out what works and what doesn't. Absolutely. We know that obviously, Luke is more of a defensive mindset character, and we know that Palps is just an absolute damage dealer. We know that for a fact. So, with that being said, you would expect that we're probably more often going to see Luke on at least defense, or maybe held for offense from time to time, but a lot of the time will be on defense. And if you've got Palp as well, you're probably going to use Palp in attack. You're going to hold on to him in a lot of cases, unless he's crazy outrageous. But I just don't think we know enough about it yet.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, the only thing I want to add to this is, I'm lucky to be on an old shard, so there's a lot of these popping up now in my top 10. So the issue that I'm finding right now, even without the ultimates, is it's hard to find a non-galactic legend counter for these teams right now. Luke heals too much, and then Palpatine is just a beast, man. Like, I think there's videos out there right now. You can have, like, Palpatine is soloing a gas team, right? I mean, so if you see gas in Territory War or GAC, you can literally throw a decently modded Palpatine, no ultimate, and he will link up General Skywalker. General Skywalker lose all his protection. He sits down, and then Palpatine just picks off all the clones. He's good on offense, and I think he can solo a Padme team as well. So there's some crazy stuff you can do with Palpatine. But both of them, if you try to use a like what Ranger just said right now, is, we got Vader counter, we got we have a Jedi Knight Revan, Jedi Knight Luke counter for Supreme Leader Kylo, but we don't have non-galactic counters right now. And people are trying.
Yeah.
People are trying. You can't gas either team, I think, right now. Maybe gas on Luke. There's a shot, but you can't gas Palpatine. There's no way.
There's no hard counter yet. Obviously, there'll be...
And Padme him either. So,
yeah,
because Padme loses all of her protection, right? And it's just, it's over.
There'll be soft counters, and this is the thing. A lot of it's just going to be a lot of, here, there, maybe. And this is the point. We just don't know yet. Yeah. There's no set hard counter to say, right, if you use this team, you're going to knock it off. It's just not happening. Not at this stage anyway. But there are some amazing theory crafters in our community, man. If it's possible, we're going to know about it. Pretty simple. But at this stage...
Yeah, I mean, in Arena right now, what I'm seeing is Rey beats everything. So, if you got Rey and you got the ultimate, you're good in Squad Arena. No issues. But GAC, when you start seeing 4 Galactic Legends on defense, then yeah, we got to figure, as a community, we got to figure it out. I mean, maybe Bounty Hunters takes out Palpatine. I don't know. Problem with Palpatine is you can't target him. So you can't even use Vader on him, right? Because you can't target him.
Okay.
You can AoE him, but that's about it. So, but yeah, just even enough. And Luke's a headache, man. I mean, without a Galactic Legend on offense, he's a headache. It's terrible.
Right. Next question, Kazakage 2. He says, question, how can I apply for an RSG well credit line? Well, call Grande Patron and use the gift code Patron.
He's still selling those phony cards,
man?
Yeah,
he's trying.
He's doing those prepaid debit cards? Yeah.
I just saw that question. Later. I thought I just threw it out there.
He mails the receipt later, apparently.
Yeah. IOUs in your bank account.
Yeah. It's all good. I got you covered, bro.
Uh-huh.
Bounce a prepaid card, man. Awesome.
Okay, so next question for Kazakage. We go to you, Heinze. He says, question, does Jedi Master Luke make Eth Koth and Iba Gundy great again?
Oh.
Yeah.
I think there'd be better ones to use with him, just saying.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's one of those days. I mean, we need a Mace rework at some point.
Need to give Heinze a real question, man.
I know, man. I'm getting some crazy.
That is a legit question. Someone wants to really know: can these shitty ass Jedi be used with Luke and be pretty solid?
What I would like to see is obviously something like Cam used with a lot of those Jedi somehow synergize better so that it's a useful combination. I would like to see something like that at some point. And again, using the Jedis in the Palp event, as you mentioned before, Loki, I think that would be great if there was a new synergy there that they could all be used together with Cam, which really doesn't have a proper home yet, from what I see.
They need like a Phoenix kind of thing.
Yeah.
I agree with you. They need to share all their uniques. That's what they need to do.
Jedi Council tag, something like that. Call it whatever the hell you want. I think that, getting some sort of faction synergy there between Cam, which really is quite homeless at the moment, as well as these sorts of characters and Jedi Guardian, things like that. You can bring them back in the fold again. These characters we've had sitting there for a while, but really just collecting dust on the bench. I'd love to see a way that they can be brought in together and used and synergized. Certainly, yeah.
All right. Next question from Matthew 1908. We'll go to you, Loki. He says, question, I'm doing fine in GEC and I'm very cautious of not inflating my GP. 6.1 million, too much more. However, should GK and or GG be my next Relic 7s for ships in GAC? Currently, both are Relic 5.
Ooh, that's a great question. Yeah, I mean, ships is super relevant now, right?
For this GAC.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's been an eye.
What is it? You think 3v3, there's still going to be 2 ships?
I don't know.
There has to be, right? I mean, I don't know.
No, not necessarily.
I think we're going to find 2 fleets are the norm now, because they're creating more variation. I really believe that there's a win and loss factor now with ships, whereas before it was a walkover.
Well, I think there's a mixed opinion about ships. Well, first of all, I still have the opinion that Division 2, no. It's and I've been watching some of the battle. It's really feast and famine on that crap, because most people that are in that 3.8 to 4.4 have a really good fleet. Maybe a secondary fleet that's okay, but when you're asking them to have 2 for offense and 2 for defense, most people at that level have not worked that hard on ships. They've worked on ships, but they're just not at the level where they're effective, and it can come down to, that kind of nonsense. I just think Division 2, no. Now, Division 1's a different story. If you're Division 1, at that point, you should be working on your ships where you have at least 2 good solid fleets, if not more. So I'm fine with it for Division 1. I still think we need more ships, and I still think we need more teams to move this out. Because, again, we only have 43 ships in total, 6 of which are capital ships. I mean, that's, it's nuts. So I don't know.
We need more tank ships.
I would say maybe GK for now. I think the ships, I don't think you have to max the ships out if you're going to use them for offense. There's the one key ship on every team that needs to be a certain speed to outspeed the other team. And those are the little things that I think you got to figure out. I mean, even me, I'm in Division 1, I'm still figuring it out. But I mean, if my opponent has like maxed out rebels, right? If my first order special forces TIE fighter is not faster than their Biston Ewing, then I'm screwed. I can't use Finalizer as the counter. So I mean, in that case, what I ended up doing was you have to max out first order special forces and the pilot and the ship, so you can outspeed the entire rebel team. And that's the key ship for the Finalizer. So my Hux is only like Relic 4. I'm sorry, he's like requirement level for Kylo. So I think he's Relic 5. I don't need to bring Hux to Relic 7 because it's one ship that determines the entire outcome of that Finalizer team, which is Special Forces. So to answer your question, just going back to it, I mean, I think at this point you might not need to inflate the capital ships. You just need to find the one key ship on each of those teams. I think on Malevolence, I don't think you need any of those ships really. Maybe just Hyena, right? Hyena is probably the key ship on that entire squad.
As long as that one's maxed, it's a pilot of a ship anyway, right?
Yeah, so I think you're good doing Vulture and Hyena. Even GK,
mine's Relic 5.
Don't max anything out,
but it you just play it differently. With GK. Now, he's one of the characters you could take to Relic 7 to get in. You want that AoE going off first, and it comes down to that sometimes. But usually, even then, it's still coin flip. And when that happens, if I don't get the AoE off first, I'm just, okay, I'll just buff all my guys, and they'll just live a little bit longer. Here comes Plo Job, because the AI is always going to bring in a tank. Especially on that team, and then I'm like, okay, I'm just burning everything down. I'll tell you the team that I've been very pleasantly surprised with, especially since they got Relics, since I'm doing Jedi Master Luke. The Rebels on offense are goddamn disgusting. And I don't even have Y-Wing ready yet, because I'm working on getting the credits for Malevolence. Because I want to get the Malevolence fleet done for defense. But even with what I've got now, that team is Holdo, no problem. First Order, no problem. I mean, I've just been fighting all kinds of, especially Holdo, because of you just use basics over and over. It just removes their buffs and stuff and just burns them down. Same thing with the Finalizer fleet. You just burn them down immediately. They're really, really goddamn good. I've been pleasantly surprised. Biggs can take hits. Once he gets relic, he's a super badass ship. I mean, it's been pleasantly surprising to see how good Rebels now are with all those characters, with even Wiggs, or a Wedge. Those two. When you bring in Wedge, he hits hard, especially at relic level. So we'll figure it out. There's a lot more stuff we need to do for ships and stuff. All right, Heinz, next question. From What Else Any 3 question, what do you think about the strategy of putting a Galactic Legend in the back node? Doesn't happen too often, but does seem to have some effectiveness? Question mark.
I've only really seen a Galactic Legend on the back row if there's one on the front as well. Mainly as a bit of a surprise. Hey, check this out. Haha, gotcha.
Surprise, mother.
That's it. That's straight up. I mean, it's very rare that if you're going to have a Galactic Legend, more often than not, you're going to put them on the front row because you don't want them to open the back zone up. It's pretty simple.
You're not giving them free points.
Correct. It's free banners for nothing. So obviously, more often than not, they're going to go on the front line. But as I said, if you've already got, say, we've seen, Ray on the front line up there, then you knock Ray off with your Kylo, and then all of a sudden there's a Kylo at the back, and you're not ready for that. I've seen that happen from time to time, and you've seen it as well, Ranger, in some of our battles. Yep. It happens. Normally, you wouldn't have it on the back line with nothing else there. Normally, you'd have it on the front, and then that would be a backup option.
Yep. I mean, it's a strategy of, back in the you do a surprise team like a Padme or a Grievous in the back line or something. But that was a different strat because we didn't have really Galactic Legends and stuff like that in GAC. But I don't think that is as effective unless you force them to use teams like Revan or something on the front line to where they get in the back line, they get stalled. But then you better have enough stuff for offense to clear because you don't know what they're going to set for defense. And if you can't even clear the front zone, you just gave them free points and you're basically hosed. So you're going to have to balance that out. Snitchy Poochies for you. Loki says, do you think there's any chance that the new CG community manager reach out to the content creators? No.
You mean reinstate the Game Changer program?
No, just reach out to the content creators.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know anything about the guy.
I
don't know who's doing the beta testing right now. I mean, there was that Gmail that was sent out. Was it everybody could sign up for it? I didn't get an invite, or I didn't get a response. So there's a secret beta test team probably out there right now.
Beta test.
Yeah. But they definitely have testers out there. We just don't know who they are now. They're not as public as they were before with the Game Changers and all that. But I don't know what his role is going to be. Maybe just monitor the forum or something. I don't know.
Well,
at this point.
I don't know. I mean, Heinzie.
Okay. Firstly, I'm wrapped about a couple of things with that new announcement with the new community manager. Firstly, it's good to have another community manager out there, let's be honest, because so far there's been a disconnect between the developer and the player base. I think that we all agree with that. What I did like in that post was that they recognized there's a problem there. That was something that I noticed within that post at the bottom. They recognize there's an issue and they're actually putting resources in. They're hiring another guy to work on that and hopefully improve that. I mean, how's that not a good thing? Because up until now, I personally thought, and I talked about this in my stream last night, I personally thought that, really we're just not even a thought on the radar. We're not a blip on the radar because they've given us no reason to think otherwise for some time now. Now, I'm hoping this guy comes out. I really do. Doja Fett, I hope he comes out and he's on the front foot and he's active with community. I really think that it's not a difficult problem to fix. It's something that's really easily fixable by just being that little bit more active around the place, just being more approachable and responding to people more than anything else. Even if it's not an answer you want, at least getting a response, which up until now, a lot of people just don't get. So I certainly do hope that it's a positive for our game, because I think that, as a community, which I've never seen a community like this, and I know that it sounds cliche, but it's true. I've never seen a collective of people that play and love this game, anything like this anywhere else. So I think that anything that can improve our community and our player base and communication between us and our game that we love. How can that be a bad thing? So I'm hoping for good things, but again, I'm saying hoping.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. So next question from What Else 3 will go to you, Heinze.
Yes, sir.
How many? This is from What Else 3. How many new characters do you think they'll release by the end of the year?
How much money they want to make? Okay, so well, we got Mando stuff coming, right? They'd be stupid if they didn't release more Mando characters. I want to see Moff Gideon. I do want to see Moff Gideon. I'd like to see him really buff up the troopers. I'd love to see that. I think that would be amazing. I really do. Imagine Moff Gideon in a trooper lineup with Admiral Piet, Death Trooper. Those guys. I think that that could really be something amazing. I'd love to see that myself. But yeah, I mean, they're going to certainly release Mando characters. So look, I'd say, I mean, hazard a guess, I'd say maybe at least I'd say there'd be 3 to 4, 5, maybe more marquees this year. I think we're overdue for a legendary. I don't know about you boys. I think that we're probably due for a legendary at some point. But what that will be, I'm not 100% sure.
That might be Moff Gideon, right?
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Well,
or part of the raid, rewards for a raid. We don't know. So
yeah,
that dude is gonna be so sick. He's got the darksaber in his pocket, man. He's so sick.
Who doesn't want that, man?
does that a dark saber in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me there again, Moff Gideon?
Jeez.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I think that we're going to get much more ships content coming up here soon, and I think the only character content we're going to get is Mando content. I don't see anything else coming because
I think we'll get Mando ship.
We could get Mando ship. We could get Krill. There's a lot of different things that we can get from the Mando and stuff.
I want Moff Gideon's folding wing TIE fighter. I don't know about anyone else, but that looks sick. Give me that. That would be cool.
You can park that thing anywhere, huh?
Anywhere, man. Anywhere there's a spot, you're up and running. Sure. Thank you. That'll do me.
Compact, no problem.
Oh yeah,
coming in.
Yeah.
But I want more Imperial troopers, man. I mean, they've got with Piet even now. You got another leader. I mean, we can make 2 or 3 Imperial trooper squads now, right? Which if they release a couple more, you get that flame trooper going, and then
love it.
They could do Mandalorians. I mean, they can release all the the armor and the heavy gunner and give everybody a Mandalorian tag. That would be pretty epic.
I would love the Mando tag so much.
Who wouldn't?
Darth Revan's my favorite character, but my favorite race planet was always Mandalore and the Mandos. Especially in the EU books. I mean, they really got into depth about the history of the Mandalorians. And even post Return of the Jedi, Boba Fett became the new, spoilers, it's only been out for 25 years. So, becomes the new Mandalore. And a lot of stuff happens, but it's really cool to see how the Mandalorians were portrayed in that. It was really cool. So, okay. Oh God, I'm not even sure what Neo Venom's. I'm gonna give you this question, Loki. Maybe you know what the hell Neo Venom's talking about, but I'll give you a legit question.
Man, if you don't know that,
well, I mean, he's lost his mind finally. He's this question: if Makwa, example Gizmo, existed in the Star Wars lore, how evil would it be if one was purposely let loose on Mon Cala? I mean.
Yes.
The water.
I mean, sure.
Yeah.
A lot of water, man.
The water.
So, a lot of mudboys running around the joint. Just saying, just don't beat them up to
little
midnight.
gremlins running everywhere. Just, the capital ships are exploding in space. I don't know. All right. Legit question from Jay. Question for you, Loki. Do we know if some stats are better before 60 offense percentage, etc., or does the 60 bonus increase apply to stats rolled 6E to A? So they're saying, should there be? Is there a stat we need to look for before we get to on mods on our 6E before we start rolling on the 6A?
Yeah, I mean I think the offense percentage is going to be the one. The speed,
protection, crit chance.
Anything of the percentages, I think, are crazy right now. Did you see there was a chart put out, I think, on Reddit or something, where it said the maximum secondary for offense percentage is actually like 8.64
Yeah.
If you got a god roll on every single one, that sounds insane, man. Like, it's actually higher than the primary.
Yeah.
I don't know how reliable that chart was, but somebody published it, and I was like, wait a minute. So you actually could get close to 8%, or over 8%.
You'd have to
on
hit
a
some
secondary
crazy
offense.
percentages, because I was looking at the mods I had that did hit a little bit of offense. The best one I had was like 2.93. So even if I got like a few more hits, it'd have to be crazy amount of hits on those mods, you know, to see what the percentage would go up to if it got to 8. So
Yeah.
we'll have to wait and see. I still think
There hasn't been a lot of data yet on the pulls, but
well, we
what
only
I'm
got 19 mats so far. It makes it a little hard.
Exactly. Yeah. So, but here's the deal, right? Is I mean, the skewers have been posting their screenshots. I've been seeing screenshots in my guild, and everybody that's rolling those speed ones, they're like 5s. Like I haven't noticed 3s, right? So it almost feels like when you're slicing 6E to 6A, they're giving you like a really high roll. Unless I'm wrong, but I haven't seen a screenshot yet. Somebody bragging, "Oh, I hit my 5th speed roll and it's only 3," right? I haven't seen that. I've been seeing 5s all day, so maybe they're doing that with the secondary rolls where they're giving you close to the max value per roll.
Yeah,
is what I'm feeling. But I mean, flat offense I think has fallen off the map, which is sad because that was kind of the go-to. So that's fallen off the map, and the the offense primaries now I'm feeling kind of bad, like the triangles, right? Because now a crit damage triangle with offense percentage secondary is more desirable than yeah. But I don't know. What do you think, Heinzie? What have you been noticing anything like that?
Again, yeah. Look, with the rolls, yeah. I mean, I rolled obviously I rolled my one for. It was for Jedi Knight Luke, I think it was, and I got an offense bump. I think I got about a 50 or 60 offense bump on the first one. You know, and obviously that's a good thing for me. There's a crit damage triangle, so hello, that's a good thing in general. So that was an obvious bump. But no, look, I'm happy with that. But yes, so far as I said, you haven't seen any 3s like you can get in your normal sort of rolls when you're farming them, certainly. But yeah, I think it's more consistent. I think that's a good thing because there's so much variation with mods anyway as it is before we even get to that point. To have some sort of consistency at the top end with your bumps and your rolls, that can never be a bad thing, can it? You know?
Mm-hmm. All right, we just got a donation from Roman the Crowman. I don't know what currency that is, but he donated $5.99. Thank you for that.
Australian dollar.
It's Australian. I don't know.
Baby.
They don't really tell you what it really is until you have to look it up. So I don't know what it was for. So thank you for that. And guys, remember, if you have a question for us, make sure you put the word question in front of your actual statement, or we will not see any questions that you guys have. So I'm just making that as a thing, because I get messages like, you didn't get to my question. Well, did you put the word actual question in front of your statement? No? Well, then there you go. I didn't see it. So help us to help you. Help us help you. There you go. Let's see. Who got the last question? I got confused. I'm all off up panel. Go to Heinzie. Skywalker Vader says, question, did anyone on the panel get lucky with the new slicing materials with mod? I did speed triangle 26 speed. No, I got hosed.
But is that something new, Ranger? Let's be honest.
Oh, no, it's tradition. Mod depression is, I mean, yeah. I mean, I knew that was going to happen. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, how's that for a newsflash, people? I mean, let's be honest. It's nothing we haven't seen before. We'll see it all again.
All right. No, I didn't have any luck. Loki, did you have any luck? I mean, I hit D or something.
No, I mean, I guess you can say I was lucky, but I had the one square. I had a 24 speed 4 roll, and then the other stat on it was a health roll, and then it rolled health. So it's 4 and 3 right now. So I'm not out of the race, but I definitely would have liked to get the 5th roll on the speed. So
all those mods I got with 4 hits of speed. Like I got like 4 in bass, so like 23.
Yeah,
1 to
23 with 4
24.
rolls. That's
Yeah, I'm gonna be rolling that until I hit speed, man. If I get a 6 on any of those, look out,
well.
baby.
That's where I'm kind of torn now, because you saw what the requirement is for as you keep rolling, it's a significant amount of resources you got to throw into the thing.
Well, I'll start with the first level first, right? And then after that, I'll start moving to
That's
the
what
next.
I'm thinking. I think I'm just gonna spread mine out until I get a bunch of green ones, right?
Yeah.
And then I'll let the other currency kind of save up. And
How long before we get packs, boys? How long before we get packs?
Oh, that's a good question.
I don't know. Soon, TM. The other thing too that I'm really thinking that we should not with the new mod changes that has changed the game is arrows. Arrows now are like something you need to look out for. I was talking with Gom on this the other day where it's like, hey now, speed arrows. Let's say you get a 5 hit of speed in a mod that's got like 28 speed on an arrow with a primary stat like protection or offense or something like that. That's money right there. So those mod arrows that you got 3 or 4 hit speed that are either between 18 and 22 that you can get into the high 20s. I mean,
but I feel like a lot of us aren't going to hit. We're not going to play with arrows until all our squares and triangles and crosses are all done.
Oh, I got a buttload ready to go, Loki. Don't worry, I'm going to get my ass kicked in that.
I'm not.
Don't worry, I'll get the beating for all of us.
As much as I want to screw with my arrows, I need triangles and crosses right now, man, because that's where I'm lacking in high speed, especially triangles, man. Triangles are always rare, right, to land. So, congrats on that triangle, though. Is it 26 speed?
Yeah, it's nice.
Oh, God.
I think he posted it in the Skewer Discord. So, I mean, I think his screenshot, it said +5, right? Like, it wasn't. I haven't seen that +3. Like, so I think.
We'll
I think
see.
CG.
No, that'll be this guy
there,
right here, and get the +3. But.
+3 on a gold.
Yeah.
Like your CG, man, is subject to change, brother. Anything's possible. Don't you worry. It's not the be all end all.
Hey, actually, let's back up on that Luke event, right? They changed tier 1 now, right? It doesn't end early, like the way Ranger was doing it on stream. You kill the Gamorrean guard and you go to the next. I was killing everybody now, right? They changed that.
I don't know, but I mean, there was one where I barely killed anybody, and then I moved on, and then I had to get to the end, and then I went back, and then it's like, wait, what the hell is happening?
Yeah, you got lucky, man.
It's the same in the Palp event, though. Like, you just have to survive in that third tier. You just have to survive. You don't have to beat him. You just
Boba Fett, the first one's easy, because once you get to Boba Fett, you just shoot Boba Fett a bunch of times. He dies.
They didn't change Boba Fett. It's just tier 1 of Luke, phase 1.
All you do is just let Luke do his thing. You just keep R2 stealth and let Luke just go bananas, because he eventually will ramp up where he's like one shot.
I noticed Heinze on Palpatine, though. I mean, Luke does die to shock, which is funny. It's like a dot, right?
It's fantastic. Look, again, I got close and I hit him and he was just about to go again. And I thought, I'm stuffed here. I wasted my tickets. And then all of a sudden, goes straight to the cutscene. He's still in the red. He hasn't
saw that on your... Yeah, I saw that on your video, dude. It was like...
Yeah, goes to the red. And I thought, okay, now we're stuffed because he's going to take a turn. And next thing you know, cutscene, lightning, here's your shards. It's like, what the just happened? Like, you just, I had no idea what was going on. It was just bizarre. But it was great at the same time, because you're thinking. But it was the same with the Jedi Luke event as well. You don't have to beat Luke in the last tier. You just got to throw enough, dots and throw the saber at the right time, and it's game over. You don't actually have to kill off all of his health. It's the same thing. Right. So it's more mechanics than actual. You got to beat him on health and protection, which is cool.
Okay. Let's see here. All right, next question. We'll go to you, Loki. Ice House question. Is Princess Leia with relics worth a Zeta? Well, it will be for me, because I put that up for charity, raised a bunch of money, and now I have to put the Zeta on Princess Leia. But do you think Princess Leia, that now that she has a relic, do you think her Zeta is worth it, Loki?
No, it's not, because I don't even have her Zeta, and just... if you're talking for the Luke event, you don't need the Zeta, because I didn't need the Zeta, and
I haven't needed it, but I'm going to do it today because I owe. So we'll do that.
Debts, right?
So we're top of the hour. Make sure you guys that are watching hit the thumbs up. This is on YouTube, so it does make a big difference. As soon as we get done here, when we wrap up, we're going to go immediately over to Twitch. I'm going to knock out my GAC real quick, but before we do that, I'll put the Zeta on Leia because I owe it. And then we're going to do the Luke event here with Heinze and Loki. Hopefully they can hang out, because I really want to go over with Loki.
Why couldn't they? why couldn't Finn foresee that you needed a Sid Zeta eventually when you go for your
Oh,
Sith
I don't
Eternal?
know. I mean, I got 140 something Zetas. I'll put the one on Leia and I keep building up.
I know,
and
but you need 240 for both of them, right? That's the problem.
I know, but I'm not going for internal Palpatine right away. I'm going to get some of those characters like Thrawn and Water going to Relic as soon as I get done with Luke, and then I'm going to do Shock T, Padme. I'm going to round out some of the relics on my teams because I just want to have those teams squared away for counters and stuff like that. They're at Gear 12, and I've always put it off because I've been doing for this year. I've done not only Mando and Grief, but Luke, Rey, Kylo. So if you had those 4 teams and all those characters together, it's a lot of relic materials and a lot of get to and crying and pain and suffering. So,
yep.
All right, Kazakage, shame on you. He tried to do an ET question, and I'm just going to ignore it. So we'll go to you there, Heinze, from Zachary Parley. Parley. Question: what is the ideal Rebel ship defensive lineup? Should I consider running Rebel Y-Wing in the starting lineup if I have a Relic Biggs? Oh, yes.
That's been the strongest ones I've seen, man. Absolutely. I would be going, obviously, Han. I'd be going Rebel Y-Wing, and Fast Piston works great, or Cassian. They're definitely the top 3 you want in there. Chuck in Biggs as well off the bench, and then obviously from there, Cassian or Piston, whichever one you want on the bench, bring that in. And then, of course, Ghost and Phantom.
Yeah. I think Y-Wing's phenomenal. I think it's a phenomenal ship, and as soon as I got enough credits, I mean, once I do Malevolence, and the Rebel Y-Wing is going up for me as quickly as possible.
It's boosted that Akbar lineup enormously.
It's already boosted up. Once you get I'm telling you, those other ships, when they get Relic, they're stupid. I mean, they hit hard, dude. They'll take out people like it's nothing. And you throw Rebel Y-Wing in that mix, bro. And Cassian, I really love. I've been using Cassian on the starting lineup because he counters. So he's getting all that protection back, so he's countering, and then so it's Rebels are nice, man. I need to get Akbar to 12, but they're nice. They're so nice. They're so nice. They're so nice. All right.
Did you see there's a Borat sequel, man?
Yeah, there is.
Is there really?
They're coming out with one.
It's coming out, man. It's coming out. So very nice.
I'll wait till that comes out
How
on
do
DVD.
people not know, man?
Yeah.
Come out on Netflix before I watch that. Heinze from Snitchy Poochie says, what's your favorite American beer? I'm from Wisconsin, where we love our beer too. Spotted Cow is my personal favorite.
Haven't had a Spotted Cow, Snitchy. Okay, there's a really great American barbecue, slow cook barbecue place here. It's absolutely delicious. I don't mind some lovely slow baked rack of ribs. Can't go wrong with that. And I normally don't mind a Sierra Nevada Pale Ale with them, to be honest.
Wow.
That's one that I like. Can't go wrong with that normally.
It's delicious.
Yeah, I mean, I've had buds, and had buds from time to time. A mate of mine loves his buds down here. He actually goes back and forth to the US a fair bit. He loves his buds, but it's just not my cup of tea. I like something a bit more solid, a bit more robust.
I hate beer, and the only reason I've been drinking beer of late is because of kidney stones. If it wasn't for that, I would not be drinking beer. I just don't like US beer. I've had some cool beers in Europe and other places. It's really good stuff, but
doesn't matter what it is, as long as you enjoy it. Kick back, relax, and make the most of it. If you find one that you really like, it's never for me. I know it's not for you. You love your bourbon, you love your goodies. This, just whatever floats your boat.
Scottish whiskey is always a place to go.
Horses for courses, as they say, man. Whatever makes you happy.
Is that right?
I gotta give a shout out to the guys from Wisconsin. I got good friends out in. Well, I got good friends out in Fond du Lac, so I know the area pretty well. But when I'm out there, it's we still all drink like Yingling, man. That's like the best. I know it's not from Wisconsin, but Yingling is probably the best American beer I've had. So
I mean, once in a while I've had a Killian's Red, and I thought that was okay, but it's still. All right, next question. I think I'll take this one, guys. Kazakage, is Dudley Do Right Canadian or is he Australian Canadian? No, he's pretty much Canadian, eh? He's a Mountie. He is as Canadian as they get, brother. So there's no Australian Canadian. There's no Australian period in Dudley Do Right.
Nope. We don't apologize enough. We can't be Canadian like that.
Kiru, Greek letter, I can't tell because the screen's all weirded out on me. Uh, Loki, question says from them is I want to say that's half Omega sign. I can't tell.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is, man. Question: do you think that one day Darth Revan will not be able to counter whatever new kid is released? He is truly the galactic legend on this game, right after Thrawn, of course. I think Darth Revan's ridiculous. He is so good still. I mean, especially not so much with the Galactic Legend now. The team that I think I might use today, and look at about how you think about this, is Vader lead with Thrawn, but Darth Revan, Bastila, and like Malik or something as a tank, right? I'm sorry, Watt, for that team. I've been seeing that counter in my squad arena. But that just tells you how good Darth Revan is, especially like against Rey. I mean, just the fear, the corrupted battle meditation, the AOE shock, the equalizer health and protection. Loki, I mean, Darth Revan, man, I keep telling people he's a monster still. What do you think?
Yeah, he's good. The team itself, it struggles against Galactic Legends. But
the full team, yeah.
But I mean, against all the other non-Galactic Legend meta, yeah, I mean, it's solid. It's still good. It's still worth the farm, and they're already, I'm experimenting with having him behind the Sith Eternal Palpatine team, which is turning out to be pretty good. You basically run the Galactic Legend Palpatine with Revan and Fallen Bastila and Malik, and you can throw Vader on the team. You can throw Thrawn. It works really well. So his kit's kind of like GK, man. I mean, GK is still good, right? And that's a 5-year-old kit. I wish they would do the other tunes the same justice that they do to these, but there's a reason why these are all chase characters, right? And they're good. He's still going to be good a couple years from now. I don't see his kit going away. So,
all right,
good call.
Dickie Darkside says Deli Do Right can't be Australian. He doesn't preload.
Don't give me that stuff, Dickie. Don't you just get back to your absence, brother. You just get back to the stuff you like and keep us out of that crap, bro.
Well, there's throwing it out there. Yeah. All right, next question to you, Heinzie from Dark Helmet. Lord Helmet says, question: with the need for 4 fleets in GAC now, people will be forced to work on ships if they haven't. You think it might be setting us up for a ship raid being the next raid added to the game?
That's the word. That's the word. It's happening. My understanding from a good friend of ours, Fulbright.
Yep.
He's mentioned that they have been testing components to a ship phase in a raid forthcoming.
Nice.
Where that is and where that is, or whether that's changed, I don't know. I haven't heard anything since that point. But yes, I believe there will be ships involved. With that being said, we need 2 ships, people. We need a resistance tank, and we need a first order tank. You could basically take the Y-wing framework that's already in the game and just slap a new paint job on them and faction them up, so at least the hold-down maneuver can actually work and you can get it up and running. And we also need something to take the hits so that Kylo can get up and running as well in a finalized lineup. Those badly. And CG even mentioned, especially with the Resistance one, when they released the Raddus, that there's a lack of a Resistance tank ship already when they released it. They should have done that either at the same time or before they actually released the Raddus. Still, we talked about this before, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Still waiting.
All right. Guys, keep your questions in. Keep getting your questions in and hit that thumbs up. Hit that like.
Mm-hmm.
It matters. It matters so importantly.
That's huge.
It's huge. It's unbelievably huge.
Oh, boy.
All right. Roman the Crowman does have a question, so we'll go to you here, Loki, on this one. He says, Oi, what do you reckon? Just finished Jedi Revan and have all SEE requirements at 7 stars from old meta except for Krennic. Should I go see for Darth Revan? Shout outs to Heinzie and Colton Dry.
Oh, that's my boy. He's an Aussie, right?
What you reckon there, Loki?
It's like, what do you reckon? It's an Aussie way. What do you reckon?
What do you reckon there?
No, I think you need to go for Darth Revan, and then you can decide.
Too.
I mean, I wouldn't honestly, if you don't have Supreme Leader Kylo, I would go for him as your first GL, not Sith Eternal Palpatine, but go for Revan, stay the course. We've said it several times in the streams, and then and work your way to Kylo, man. Because once you get Kylo, you
I still think Kylo's the way to go, man. Heinz,
Yeah.
what do you think? I still think out of all the Galactic Legends that new players should go for, I think it's Kylo.
Oh, look, absolutely. I mean, his damage dealing, the way that he just annihilates the opposition in attack when he's up and running, his ultimate ability is magnificent. It just deals so much damage. He can knock out 3 characters in one fell swoop when he takes the helmet off. That is a really, really powerful ability to have. So that's a win for everyone. It's certainly a great character.
I mean, it's one of those things too, and this is a great. I want to get into this a little bit because we do roster reviews here at RSG a lot. I think the people that have been the most successful have worked on the back end of their rosters. Gas, Revan, Padme, the Separatists. They have all those teams lined up first. Then they make the decision to go for a Galactic Legend. And I think what's good about going for Kylo is that you can get those top scores in the Heroic Sith raid, right? If you get top 10 in Heroic Sith, you're going to get some nice gear and stuff that you can use for the next Galactic Legend or the next thing that you're going to work towards. And it really does help with the gear grind. It does help with a lot of things, mods, things of that nature. I mean, it's super badass to have Kylo. He's going to be great for you in Darkside TB. Now, I've seen some people then GAC that have got Kylo Ren. Yeah, they take first in arena and stuff. So that's another thing too, is that's good. But then their other teams are non-existent. They don't have Padme. They don't have like the Revans and stuff like that. So their depth is not there. So if you're going to have a new player, I've been telling them I still think that both the Revans and going the normal route is still good before you go for a Galactic Legend, because a Galactic Legend is a new player unless you're going to spend a fortune. Now, if you're going to spend a fortune, hey, go for whatever you like. It doesn't really matter. But I get all your guys' thought, and we just had the Nev join us.
I know. I'm so sorry,
No, you're
gentlemen.
not.
I am. I'm
not.
genuinely.
No, you had a good breakfast. It's fine.
No, I slept in. I have never slept in this long before. I'm being honest. I completely slept in. I woke up, completely slept through the alarm. So humble apologies to everybody.
Yeah. You're right. You're a wanker.
Yes, I am a bloody wanker.
Yeah.
I'm a bloody wanker. I do apologize. I'm really sorry. I really am sorry for sleeping. Normally, I have a valid excuse for not being here, but today,
at least you're honest, and we appreciate it, man.
I have absolutely no excuse. I slept in, and I slept in very, very hard.
I mean, Heinz,
very truly.
But yeah, let's get the panel's thoughts on this. What do you
Okay.
guys think for a new player is the route to go? Now, we are going to be taking over the pillar system for Warrior. We are gotten permission, and we're working on that in the background. But it's interesting. I mean, if you get a new player coming up, say they're going to be small free to play, maybe they spend a little bit. What would be the first 2 characters you tell them to do? Teams to go for, and which direction would you go for? So they say, I want to get Jedi Master Luke. What would you say to them?
Phoenix.
Heinzie, what would you say?
Yeah, Phoenix to get Thrawn. Thrawn's plug and play everywhere. Has been for a long time. That makes perfect sense.
Thrawn and Palpatine.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I think that's certainly the way to go, and start from there and work your way up. You want to get to, you want to get to. I mean, the best way to go, and no one likes this answer, but it's a hyperdrive bundle. Sorry, dude. I know you don't like it, but it's the truth. It's good
The
value.
hyperdrive bundle is worth it. It is so good. I mean, that is one of the
It
best packs they have. I mean, it is the best pack. I'm not gonna say one of the best. It is the best pack they have ever put out in this game. No doubt. Nothing.
The most incredible value.
And free-to players don't like hearing it, and I totally understand why. It makes sense. But if you want to get a leg up, and if you want to get up and running, get that pack. It's damn simple.
Buy the pack.
The value is insane.
No, I mean, it's, don't get me wrong. I mean, I cannot like it, but still appreciate its value. I mean, I don't like it, but its value, monetary wise, is incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely incredible.
I mean, when you compare the hyperdrive bundle value to these bloody new mod packs that just came out, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, put it for the GL Luke requirements, all of the characters and all of the ships is 59 characters and ships in total. 59. Okay, the hyperdrive bundle, gives you 16 plus 35 characters and ships, all in the hyperdrive bundle, immediately to 5 stars. That's a year's worth of farming without purchasing the hyperdrive bundle.
Enough said.
So enough said. So if you come new to this game, brand new, that's what you do. You buy the hyperdrive bundle. You go Phoenix. Phoenix gives you Thrawn. It gives you Palpatine. In the hyperdrive bundle, you get 3 other Empire to 5 stars. So there's your 5-star Thrawn. You've got your Phoenix. There's your 5-star. 5-star Thrawn, 5-star Palpatine, 5-star R2D2. You know, sure there are some pain in the ass characters in there, but it's all worth it. You always get something out of it.
All right. Let's see here. Next question, since we've got the nav here, let's see. I don't know if it'll goddamn work for me. Well, I'm pretty sure you're not doing any of the new Galactic Legends, are you there, Nev?
I will be doing Galactic Legend Luke simply through attrition because I will eventually, because I went for JKL. You know, I had to have Jedi Knight Luke. I'm old school Star Wars fan. You know, Jedi Knight Luke is my hero, so I had to have him. So I sacrificed everything, stopped going for gas, went for him. And by going for Jedi Knight Luke, you're 60% ready.
Yeah.
For Jedi Master Luke. So that's why I keep thinking, you know, these Lukes are all about rewarding the veteran players, you know, rewarding the old school fans of Star Wars that just love Luke Skywalker. You know, it's one after the other. I mean, when I first started playing this game, I farmed and took Farm Boy Luke up to 7 stars. He's useless. He's a useless character. But then they made him absolutely essential to go for CLS. So you're rewarded for going that useless character.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I'll get there 6 to 12 months from now. It's a lot. You know what it's like for a free to play to get the relic materials for 4, 5, and 6. It's an absolute nightmare for free to play, especially for 5, 6 tiers 5, 6, and 7 of a relic. It's near on impossible unless you can finish in the top 5 of every single heroic Sith raid in your guild. So
yeah,
it's going to take a while.
All right, so this is kind of transition into our next question. This is the last. Wow, we're caught up on questions. Wow. You know what, guys? We may end a little early to go into GAC and me Zeta and Princess Leia and doing the tier 3 of the Luke stuff right away. So hey, that'll be nice, right? Quick, get through about 30 questions and then go do GAC and some fun stuff. So let's do that. All right, so this is a good question. Yeah, Kyra's laugh. It's been rough for me the last couple times in GAC.
I know. I've seen. I'm now the person reading your report.
Well, Monday Monday was awful because I lost, but I didn't know what the hell I was doing because we just done the 40 hours of the charity stream. So I was sitting there like I keep telling people it's funny. I went back and watched. We got to take out 5s, but I'm not shooting 5s. I'm shooting Rex. I guess counter.
Okay, so yeah, brilliant.
A little bit out of it. And then this last Thursday, I just got back from my VA appointment, so I had been injected with all kinds of vaccines and stuff, and had blood drawn and all that stuff. I'd spent 3 hours, getting my full physical and stuff, and getting all my shots and everything done. I'm just sitting here with influenza and tetanus just going. It's running through me. I still feel like crazy bad, but it's better than it was.
You see, now you've told me all of that. I can't be too hard with my roasting, so you have valid reasons.
I don't care, man. I mean, it doesn't bother me whatsoever. It was just funny because both times I was loopy for different reasons. One was because I hadn't slept, and 2 because I was medicated. So they're like, "Is that Vader?" Okay, let's use Vader.
Medication time.
Was
there a nice Nurse Ratchet, was there?
Actually, there were some nice nurses. It was I was pleasantly surprised. My experience with the VA has been pretty awful. I was shocked when I went to this VA here in Birmingham, in Alabama. State of the art. I mean, it was unbelievable. Nurses, everybody, super kind, super appreciative, always making sure, like like directing you and everything. I mean, they were just super sweet. I was my doctor, female doctor. She was amazing too. I mean, she didn't pull any punches. She wanted to know everything. She wasn't dicking around. She's like, "Are you depressed? I want to know if you're depressed right now. Don't don't be BSing me. I need to know all this stuff." And because they're worried about, like, do you have suicide, any alcohol problems, and so she wanted to everything. So I had blood drawn. Oh God, man, I was just sitting there like, and my arms still hurt from all the injections on both arms from all the vaccines.
Yeah. No,
When's the last time you had your tetanus shot? I don't remember. Well, you're gonna get that, and
you're
how
gonna
about
get
the flu
that
shot
and this booster and that booster.
Yeah. I'm like,
yeah. It's like I'm just
today?
I've just come in. I've just come in for a physical. I'm not going off the theatre, for goodness sake.
Well, they're not dicking around. So, but I'm glad they were really good.
We don't really have equivalent. We don't have a UK version of that.
Yeah, it's. I was pleasantly surprised because I've had really bad experiences with the VA. Man, it's pretty bad, but not this time. I was shocked, and I can go there anytime. And if I need any medications, I just get them immediately. I don't have to pay anything. I just get them. So I was like, shit. They didn't buy the glaucoma thing, so I couldn't get the free medical marijuana. So.
Oh, damn it! Oh, they weren't buying it. That's a shame.
I was like,
Worth a try, bro.
I know. She's like,
you have to.
Yeah,
try.
she was like, your vision's really, 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 really good. Oh, no, that's a cue. I got the glaucoma. Give me the weed. Damn it.
Give me the kush, please. Give me the kush.
It didn't work. All right, last question, Billy Gunn question. Best way to mod Grandmaster Luke. We haven't got him open yet, so we haven't modded him, but looking at his... Protection. Yes. I mean, it's going to be just like gas. Protection out the yin-yang. Is anybody here different? Now, we know it's going to be protection primaries. That's a given. But what mod set are we thinking? Speed sets, offense, defense? Loki, I'll start with you and we'll go around everybody's thoughts. Grandmaster Luke, what are you thinking for a set on him? We know protection as a primary, probably with health secondaries, some speed, right? But what are you thinking on him?
No, I mean he has one ability that he buffs all the Jedi's damage for his max protection, right? So you need that. I don't know, just off the top of my head, I'm thinking like 100k health, 100k protection. So I'm thinking health sets, protection primaries, and then you can just fine tune the secondaries and the thirds from there. But I don't think he needs to be fast, so maybe you don't have to deal with that. Maybe go 4 protection primaries to max that thing out. And then if you have the flat protection secondaries, that would be even better. And then you got the health sets. You got 3 health sets to round them out. So I just make him super tanky because he is the tank, and he has the taunt up and running. So he's got to survive to eventually get to his ultimate. He heals all his other Jedi, and then he spreads the buffs around and the Jedi buffs, and he's just got to stay there standing. Maybe put a crit avoidance arrow on him. I don't know, but I'd shoot for those numbers. Maybe 100k health, 100k protection.
All right. Any other thoughts from the foreigners?
I'm working on Pelt Man, not Luke yet. So yeah.
I think everybody's going to be taking the protection set off GK and putting it onto Luke.
All right.
Heinzie, didn't you do the? Didn't you go for some more Palpatine last night?
I did, man. I did.
Yeah.
Some Palpatine.
I was lurking.
I have him now at oh crap! What have I got him at now? Hang on, let me have a look. I dropped the tier 3 again, but I got it in the end. What have I got him at now? I've got him damn close. 295 out of 330. Maxed out all my refreshes for another, I don't know, what, 16 hours or something. So, yeah, I'm at that point now where even if I wanted more, I can't do a damn thing until reset. So
until the reset. Are you going to town on your Sith tanks as well? Because when I was reading the developer insight on that, and it said you may need 3 to 4 tanks to go with Palpatine just to make him survive until he hits his ult. Because I mean, I liken his ultimate to a raid boss hitting rage, because that's it. Once he hits his ultimate, it's rage.
We're still going to find the combinations. I mean, Theorycraft, man, as I said, as we were saying before, there's some amazing Theorycrafters out there. There's going to be videos coming out real soon and these guys are unlocked to their full potential, we're going to know what works and what doesn't. It's simple as that. But yeah, look, most of my Sith tanks are pretty good anyway. I mean, my Darth Revan team's pretty damn solid. Pretty happy with that anyway. Scion's really, really strong. I've got Malik, obviously, that's solid. The interesting one that I didn't see coming actually was Sith Assassin in the developer insight. That was something that they threw in there as well for a bit of stealth and everything that comes with her. So that was one that sort of caught me a bit by surprise as far as the synergies. But we'll have to wait and see, won't we? Darth Revan Chucky Mini's solid as hell too, even off the bat. And as you know, Basti does her thing. So wait and see.
All right, so 2 quick questions, and then we're going to wrap it up. And then we'll go switch over to Twitch and go have some fun real quick so we can get these guys out of here sooner rather than later. Buzzsaw says, anyone else think female doctors are the best and worst? Mine told me if she was married to me, she would check the insurance. As a result, I lost 25 pounds, got my cholesterol and BP right. Yeah, mine, I've had 2 doctor titles. One was my therapist back in the day, and this new doctor, they're no nonsense. They're really nice, but they're no nonsense, man. They just let you have it. And even my doctor's like, you're in good shape. You need to lose 20 pounds. I was like, God damn. It's like, but I do push-ups every day. She's like, I can tell. You need to lose 20 pounds. I'm like, God damn. Like, shit. Like, okay, I guess I'll lose 20 pounds, So, yay me.
I've seen the movie Road Trip, man. There's some crazy nurses out there around the world. Don't worry about that. But,
no, the nurses were really nice. Last question, we'll go to Sir Loki. This is from Ray Rock. Says, what is the best Rebel fleet lineup now compared to a year ago? Is it still the Falcon, Bistons, U-Wing, and Biggs? X-Wing with Y-Wing, Phantom, Cassian's U-Wing, and Lando's Falcon as reinforcements?
Yeah, it's it hasn't really changed. We're adding Y-Wing now into there, but the debate is, do you start Y-Wing or not? I like U-Wing still, Biston's U-Wing, especially if you got that thing built up to like 161 speed. It gets 25% off of its unique, so it bumps it to like 201, I think. So as long as your Rebel fleet goes first, you're in good shape, and you scout your opponent's roster in GAC. If you're in Territory War, same thing. Have your bots look up all the speeds of the other guild, and I would start Biston if you got it built up and can outspeed their Biston, or Finalizer Special Forces. That's the big one. I mean, that's how you counter the Rebels is Finalizer, but it's all dependent on those 2 ships. If your Special Forces is faster than their Biston, then you're good.
I'm trying to say, meh.
Yeah, but the lineup hasn't changed. It's either you start Y-Wing or you start Biggs. Heinze said to start Y-Wing, have Biggs off the bench. I've tried them both ways. I don't have a preference at this point. I kind of like Y-Wing off the bench just because of the you get that crit chance per Rebel bonus when it comes in. That it's like a permanent bonus, I think, for the remaining of the battle. So I mean, if your Rebels are critting and all that, then they proc all their little abilities and yeah, it's a fairly fast battle. You either win or lose really fast with that Rebel team. So it's a good fleet to have, especially in GAC.
The thing with Biston's Y-Wing, man, just looking at all those stun guns between SRP and stuff,
it's horrible. It's
awful,
stupid,
man. It's why they're only gear 9 for me. That's why I usually bring Biston off the bench and have Cassian in there, who's much better geared and stuff. But good lord, I mean, I would love to do it, but I mean, when you're looking at all the characters that you have to, it's an investment, man. There ain't no doubt about that. It's an investment. All right,
yeah, so I did it at a different time, but I probably wouldn't do it now. I mean, this was back then when
you didn't
Rebels
have
were meta.
Back in the day.
Yep.
All right. Oh, cool. I don't have to change anything on Twitch. We saw GAC with Ranger from Thursday. Yay. All right, so we can pimp everybody's stuff real quick, and then we're gonna go jump over to Twitch. It'll only take a minute or two for me to do the transition, switch over, and then I'll set up. We'll do our intro over there. So if Nev and Heinze want to, I know Heinze can stick around for GAC. Nev can.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna stick around. I'm gonna stick around today.
And then so we'll do some mod depression real quick. I'll put the Zeta on Leia. We'll do the tier 3 of the Luke thing. And then we'll get into GAC over on Twitch. So we're going to do that. Thank you guys for joining us on Jedi Academy. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. We like to let everybody pimp their stuff. Heinze, where can folks check you out at?
Dude, Heinze GC. Enough said. You can find me. I'm not hard to find. I'm bloody everywhere.
Yeah, we can get rid of them.
It's crazy. But no, look, forget all that. I'm not even going to pimp crap today. I want to give a quick shout out to you boys, right? You and Fendi, right? He's out there in chat right now. I've got something to say.
Oh, God, he is. Oh, it ruined my morning.
Finn's
quiet.
lurking there, right, in chat now. Guys, I want to say something to you guys and to the whole of RSG, man. That charity event that you did last week, man, that was absolutely magnificent. Very, very professional. Very, very well run. You hung in there really well. You obviously got some great donations and a great result in the end. So kudos to you guys for an outstanding effort last weekend. Stuff me, mate. It's all about you guys. Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yep. So far, we had another donation come in from Delete. That's from our SOS crew. He donated $100. So we've raised $7,210.
How good's that? That's fantastic. I mean, I know that you were only talking about just getting a small amount, but everyone involved.
Oh, that's just us getting started, brother.
That's good, but everyone involved with that, it's just a massive head start. Well done, guys. You just kick the living crap out of it. Keep it coming, and congratulations on a fantastic effort last week.
Well, thank you for that, my friend. It's our privilege and honor to be doing something for a great organization like ACS. Nev, where can folks check you out at, my friend?
You can check me out at the Escape Podcast.
No pause? What the hell's going on?
Well, there's no pause on the Twitch. It's just Escape Podcast. There's no pause.
But you have to say it
it's
like
the channel's name.
Cast.
Well, no, because then people might hit the space bar or the tab key, or they might put some dots in there. It's just Escape Podcast. That's the whole Twitch TV /Escape Podcast.
Escape Pod.
Cast.
Cast.
And then exactly the same, but for YouTube. And I parrot what Heinze says. The RSG crew make massive efforts to give the ACS a massive amount of help in punching cancer in the dick, because that's what it needs.
We hate cancer. Fuck cancer. All right, so we're going to switch over to Twitch, so come join us over there where we're going to have some fun. I'm going to put this in on Leia. That's the first thing, because I owe that, because you guys donated for it. And now that I have the materials easily, I'm going to do that. Then we're going to do some quick mod depression. We got some mods that I'm going to roll, and it'll go horribly wrong, and I'll be depressed. And then we'll do the tier 3 of the Luke event. We'll talk about it, right? Because I failed twice. I don't want to go 0 for 3, because this sucks. Stupid. And then we'll do GAC. So it'll be a fun little stream over there. It won't take too long, but we'll have some fun while we're there. So everybody go to Twitch. It's down below in the description. Do me a favor, guys. Check out these other guys' channels. They do incredible work. Paul and Nev on the Escape Podcast and all the people that work over there. Heinze, of course, for the grid sessions and what he's doing with Cubs and everything. You guys can check that out. It's a lot of good stuff. Loki is just sexy as hell and has his harem. That's the only reason he's here. And we'll get his knowledge for this. We'll do the Luke counter on Supreme Leader Kylo Ren and GAC and some other stuff. So we're going to talk about the counters and stuff, and GAC is a perfect segue for all this stuff that we've been talking about today. All right, with that, we'd call this one done. On behalf of myself and the Academy, thank you guys so much for joining us. Have a great rest of the day. We'll see you on Twitch. Let's go have some fun, rock and roll. See you in a few minutes.